All right, so I got a couple of interesting dreams, especially the second one. So let me start off by saying yesterday I did watch briefly I think it was yesterday or the day before. I think it was yesterday. If it wasn't yesterday, it was the day before. Carrie Lake, who's running for governor of Arizona. She's a big Trump supporter. Trump supports her. Trump rally, she was there. He called her up to speak. And she says, you know, of course, just a tiny little period I happened to tune into. It was already live and it had already been going for a while. I just happened to see it online. I go, oh, that's live right now? I click on it, watch it for just a few minutes. And then in that few minutes, he called her up and then she starts speaking. And one of the things she said was, I got a feeling Trump's coming back sooner than expected. Now, of course, he's allegedly running in 2024. So what does that mean? And I thought that was an interesting comment by her. So whatever, I stopped watching. And then I saw this other video on YouTube later on. And I've seen these videos a bunch of times in the last few weeks because I just thought, man, that's really interesting. That's really cool. And these people are flying helicopters, usually in the state of Texas. Now, both Texas and Florida, we have a huge hog problem right now, especially Texas. And they've authorized people to shoot guns out of helicopters when specifically targeting these nuisance animals like the pigs and coyotes. So people will take other people up in a helicopter and fly them around, you know, just, 100 feet off the ground, not too high, and let them, basically slaughter these nuisance animals. So part of me sees that and goes, oh man, that would be cool if I was flying my helicopter and someone was shooting out of the side, to help the farmers out. But as I'm watching it, seeing these animals getting slaughtered, I'm going, God, I feel bad for the animals. Yeah, I just want to see these things getting slaughtered like that. Now, naturally, they do say, hey, by the way, supposedly they pick up the animals right after that. I guess the farmers do. And then they take them to a slaughterhouse and help feed the needy and that stuff. Of course, you don't do that with the coyote, but it's mostly these pigs, these wild boars and stuff. So, I understand. Like, yeah, because if it got too out of control, you're not eating, I'm not eating. The crops are going to be destroyed. The animals will be destroyed by the coyotes, the farm animals that we rely on. So I get it, but I still felt bad about it. And I just questioned, like, gosh, I wonder what the right answer to that is. Like, Spirit, I didn't ask Spirit, but I'm thinking, Spirit could probably show me. Is it okay? Like, I mean, I guess it has to be okay. So you got to survive. Those things are killing off your food. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. So but I was a little torn. But I didn't ask Spirit. I just left it alone. I thought about it, though. I go, I could ask Spirit about that. But I'm going, do I really need to know? I'm not doing that. And I just, don't really care. So, no, I'm not going to waste one of my times going to bed at night to ask a question and maybe get a dream, I'd rather ask something else. So I never asked. Okay, so last night, I got this machine, this frequency machine I'm telling you about that's been working really well on my foot, and I went ahead and pulled the trigger and bought one, and I got it. So we've been using it the last few days. I got it last Thursday, as in a few days ago, and my dad came over, had a neck problem. Boom. He goes, as soon as the session was done, he's like, wait a minute. Okay, see how far I can move my neck this way? Okay, that's normal. It's always my right side. He goes, right there. Last 3 days, I couldn't go further than that. He goes, I'm able to go this far right now. I go, yeah, you just got one little session too. I go, skip a day, come back the next day. Let's do 2 or 3, 4 sessions on this thing. And then let's see how your neck is. He goes, I've been dealing with this damn thing for 25 years. It's like the C3, 4, and 5, I think, or whatever, We'll work on it. So, anyways, my friend, childhood friend I grew up with, Sean, he was born with one, I forget which ear, but one of his ears completely deaf in one ear. Other ear works perfectly, but he was born that way. And there's reason to believe some people are having hearing improvements when using these machines as a byproduct, because part of it, when you first start, you put 2 leads right here. And it just kind of does this basic little thing for, 10 minutes or so or whatever. And kind of energizes your body. And then you do the actual procedure, my neck, my back, whatever it is, and you do that. So people are like, wait a minute, I was kind of hard of hearing in this ear, and last night I heard real easily. Like, well, we didn't work on that. Well, we did have the leads there, so anyways. I did ask Spirit last night, Spirit, can you give me a dream about my friend Sean if I use this machine on him? Can it, will it heal his complete being deaf, born deaf? Now again, there could be some kind of thing that just didn't grow in his ear for all I know. It's not, you're not repairing that. I don't know. So that was the only thing I asked Spirit. Like, can you give me that answer? And I don't get that answer exactly, but I get 2 answers to things that were definitely interesting that I would have liked to known just for fun. And this is interesting. So the first dream, it's me, my wife Evelyn, and Sean. And we're going through this kind of foresty area. There's a path, and we're going from A to B. We got to get somewhere, and it's a little distance of a hike to get there. I call it a hike, but we're just walking. We don't have any weapons or anything. We're just going through this, and we can kind of hear out in the distance a pack of like wolves or coyote, and I think it's coyote. It sounds like they're attacking a kid. Just from the sounds I'm hearing, I'm going, what the hell's that? So we kind of run a little bit forward, like try to get a better look out in the distance. Well, I look over this hill. Oh my God, they're right in front of us, like maybe 50 yards. But I'm like, and there's a big pack. I mean, these are big coyote, and there is a pack of them, and they are vicious. And I didn't see what they were doing. Like, they just got done, I guess, attacking, maybe eating. I don't know that. And I felt like it was a kid based on the sounds I heard. And I was like, oh, like, we don't have weapons. Oh my God. Even the 3 of us, adults, those things would wipe us out. They're just a big pack of them, and they're big. So we they're busy. Like, they were still doing something. So like, let's go. We kind of hauled ass out of there. Okay, we got back to my house. What kind of gun do you want? He's like, you got a shotgun? I go, yeah. I go, oh, I've got just the one for you. I've got a semi-auto shotgun. Pop, 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 pop. That'll be yours. So I'm like searching. Again, this is in the dream. Searching through my it was like a little box on the ground. I'm searching for all these different guns, which I don't have my guns like that, but I'm searching. That's an old shotgun, not that one. That's another one, old one, not that one. Oh, I know where it is. Let me go get it. Oh, here's some ammo. Hold the ammo. I'm getting all the shit ready. And then that's it. Boom, wake up. And so I'll stop here. Okay, so that dream was telling me you felt bad about having to kill these poor animals, right? Yeah. Those animals just attacked the little kid. And you're going back there to wipe them out because they're obviously vicious and attacking an extreme nuisance. They just, killed a human. So you're going to load your guns, go get your guns, and wipe these things out. So I woke up. I didn't wake up yet. I went into another dream, this one about Trump I'm about to tell you about. But just to stop and analyze this morning, I'm going, why the hell did I see that? I go, oh, you didn't ask, but you just saw the video yesterday. And of course, 2-3 weeks ago, you watched several of those videos. Of course, I didn't get a dream then. But it was yesterday that I was really thinking, man, I'm really feeling bad. Actually, I feel out of all the videos I've watched, they're all the same, but I just feel more bad today about the animals, the poor animals. Like, gosh, they're just being wiped out. Of course, yeah, they're gonna take the meat from the pigs, but gosh, I just felt bad. Is that right? And if it's not right, how do we deal with this? I'm like just thinking about these things because Spirit gave me the dream. It's okay to wipe them out, apparently. In this context, they're a nuisance. They're destroying crops. They're destroying other animals. Like, you got to do what you got to do. Would you stop yourself from being attacked? Do you have the right to live? Well, sure. And I guess that's kind of the thing. Well, the farm crops and animals that we use as humans and need as humans, some of which we don't necessarily have to eat, but those damn coyotes will eat. We got to protect our stuff. So I go, okay, that's where they showed me that. Like, you can feel bad, but you know what? How bad does that make you feel when you saw them attack that kid? Actually, I wanted to kill those animals, those damn coyotes. I couldn't believe what they just did. Go back and get their effing guns. And if we don't make it back in time, they're going to get us. Like, they're going to be hot on our trail. Okay, I understand, Spirit. Thank you for that. I now feel I understand. It makes me feel better about it. Like, okay, you know. So then I go to this next dream. Trump. So me and my wife are at a school lunchroom, hungry as hell, especially me. Oh, good, today's pizza day. And they got the little square or rectangular pizzas and one side item. And I'm looking at the two choices and I go, well, I guess I'll get an apple. Me and Evelyn will both get apples and pizza, you know. So I'm up at the cash register and I'm like, is there any way I can get a little bit more? Like maybe another pizza? Oh, well, you don't need that. It'll fill you up. You should be okay. And I'm going, no, you know, I'm not a kid anymore. I was like, you know, when I was a kid, I could eat 2 of these things easily back then and still be a little hungry. Like, you know, I'm an adult now. And she's kind of arguing with me. No, I think you'll be. I'm like, no, can I just pay for an extra one? She goes, yeah. Okay, so I pay her for the extra one. Now I've got 2 pieces. Oh, let's go sit down and eat. There's a bunch of tables. They're all filled with kids and people. There's a couple that doesn't have anybody, but the table was a little dirty. And I go, well, I don't care. Let's just sit there and eat. And I hear some guy, like the lunchroom guy behind me. And I don't know if he was talking to us because I never looked, but he's like, oh, I'll clean the tabletop in just a minute. Give me a minute. But there was 2 or 3 and there's people behind us, so I don't know if he was talking to them, me. We didn't care. Just sit down and eat the damn thing. So we get done eating. Boom, we're outside, like, just outside in the school property, but outside. Like, just in the area. It wasn't like out in the field. It was like in the middle of the school. You could kind of sit down on these little brick things that stood up that were maybe, you know, 3 or 4 feet high, and you kind of sit on those. Maybe kids would go there and chat, you know, like one of those areas. And here comes Donald Trump. And I'm there, of course. My wife, I don't know where she's at now. She's like gone from the dream or whatever. She's just not there. It's just me. And I had something that I like set on the little thing, the brick thing I was sitting on behind me. And there were some kids, you know, younger guys, I should say, whatever, there. And I remember there were these, at least this black kid, there were 2 or 3 black kids by me. But they were like big Trump supporters. And the one had a hat, but it didn't say Trump on it. It said something else, but it was still like, oh, he's a Trump supporter, you know, even though it had nothing to do with Trump. It was just like this weird thing. And they're all happy. Oh, there's Trump. Everybody's happy. So I'm like, I got to go talk to him, you know. And I'm thinking, is he just going to like talk to me? Like he's got all these people around, you know, whatever. I go up to him. We start talking. He's got my undivided attention. Like he doesn't care about anybody else. It's like we're friends almost. Hey, we're talking, you know, he's giving me the attention. I'm like, whoa. He goes, hey, you know, this big Chinese company. And I got the sense that it was like a big technological company. Like this is a big company. Yes, it's from China, but it's not necessarily a bad company because it's from China. It is in the United States. It's located here. Matter of fact, it's in California, he tells me. And he goes, yeah, I just got them to move over here. They're leaving California for good. And he said something like here in Texas or here in Florida. I got them to move over here in Texas, or, you know. But I couldn't remember if he said Texas or Florida. But my sense of it was just simply wherever he's at right now. Whether he was doing a rally in Texas or a rally in Florida, and of course he lives in Florida, whatever. It was just one or the other, but it might have been Texas, you know, I don't know. So he tells me that, and I'm like, oh, cool, you know, cool. And he's like, yeah, I was able to get him to do that. You know, like, again, Trump doing his deals. Like, he got this big thing to happen. Get him out of California, bring him over here. It wasn't some deep state Chinese company. It was actually a good company that's over there. Get them the hell out of there, bring them over here. And I was like, cool. You know, I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay. I'm like, Mr. President, I've got a pretty decent sized following online. Like, you know, I got a pretty big following. Of course, I used to have a bigger following when I had over 100,000 followers on YouTube before I got hit. But anyway, I'm just telling what I said in the dream. I'm like, I got a pretty big following online. We love you. You know that little air symbol you do sometimes on when you're giving a rally at a rally? He's like, what? I want to do what? I'm like, you know, the little air symbol thing? He's like, air symbol thing? Oh, you mean this? And I'm like, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, he was just messing with me. Basically, he's just messing with me. So, you know how he does. You know, like, he just, oh, that, yeah, of course. Like, of course, yes, that, you know. Yeah, and I'm like, okay. I said, just hear me out. I don't want you to answer. I don't think you probably can't answer. it'd probably be like, you know, tight-lipped right now. Just hear me out. If I said, I told my people, my followers, if you do, my name's Joe. They call me Jay Snip online. I said, watch Trump. Again, in the dream, I'm telling him that I've already told you guys this. I said, I told them, my people, if you see him do the air J symbol for Joe or Jay Snip, it means he's coming back early. Wink, wink. And I go, you don't have to say that. He's like, coming back early? I don't even know how that would be possible because, you know, I mean, well, wait a minute. Well, you know, if, you know, that might be possible. I don't know. You know how he does that. Like, you know, oh, no, wait. And then like, oh, wait, you know, again, kind of playing with me, giving me the answer. Well, I don't even know how I'd be able to do that, you know, because 2024 election's coming up. He said he's probably going to run for that. So it's like, I don't even know how I could do that. How can I come back early? You know, but you know, you know that could be possible. I don't know, you know. And he kind of smiles, you know, like wink, wink. And I was like, it was more than I asked for. And I'm like, okay. So he's like, hey, come on over here. So I'm following him, and we go kind of away from everybody else. It's just us two into this little area of his, in the school area. And he's like wheeling out or maybe carrying out this little kind of an open suitcase thing, but it never had the flap that opened up like a suitcase or like a briefcase opens up. It was just, that door was gone and it just was open. And I see this set of keys and I go, oh, my keys. And I go, oh, that's what I left over on the, I couldn't remember. I go, oh, thank God. I thought like it's stolen. I guess it was like in lost and found. I was like, oh, my keys. He goes, no, I don't think those are yours. I go, no. Yeah, those are mine. I'm sure those are mine. He goes, no, I think they're Andrea's. And I go, Andrea, my sister? I'm thinking, how do you even know I had a sister? You know, how do you know my sister? And I go, no, hold on, just wait a second. Let me see. I go, no, the key fob. Look at the key fob. See that little cutout? That notch? I broke that off and cut it out because I needed a little piece of plastic to rig this thing. That's my keychain. He goes, oh, well, yeah, if you know that much, here, yeah, go ahead and take them. So I take the keys. I'm like, oh, I forgot what I left over. I knew I left something. Thank God it's my keys. So I put my keys in the pocket and wake up. So let's talk about this for a second. To be fair, I did have a dream. I did watch a video yesterday about the coyotes and mainly the pigs being shot. I did not ask for the dream, but Spirit showed me anyways. You don't have to feel bad about that. I mean, sure, you're human. You can feel bad about anything you want to feel bad about. It's okay. But don't let it really bother you because this is a problem and it has to be dealt with and this is the way to deal with it. And we're going to show you them attacking a human child to get your attention. This is okay for you guys to deal with this nuisance problem the way you're doing it. So, okay. But again, you might argue, well, Joe, you were just watching the videos. Oh, you had a dream about something you saw the day before. Of course. In normal circumstances, I would say you're right. I just saw the damn thing and I dreamt about that night. Well, of course, But I don't have normal dreams. And I haven't since about 2+ years ago now. About 2.5 years going on it now. I don't just have regular dreams anymore. I mean, every great once in a while I will and I'll recognize, oh, that was just a regular dream. I'll know it. And then I get the other ones and I go, and I'm at a level now where I go, they're constantly showing me stuff in my dreams. They who? Who's they? Is that their pronoun? No, they, because there's multiple of them, my spirit guides. They, them. So, the other question about my friend, I got nothing about his hearing. I did not get the answer about his hearing. He was in the dream with me, though. They did show, let's put Sean in the dream, which I practically never have him in my dreams. Maybe a long, long time ago. I can't even remember the last time he was in a dream, I'd tell you the truth, or if he ever was. I just don't even know. So it's kind of like confirmation, like, okay, you asked about Sean and his hearing, but, you know, of course, shooting guns, you need hearing, you know, what do you call it, like earmuffs or the little ones you put in your ear, you know, hearing, what's the word, hearing, not aid, you know, suppression, basically, to block out the noise. I can't think of the stupid name. But, you know, yeah, okay, we got guns. You know, we're going to go shoot these wild, you know, feral freaking animals that are killing, you know, humans now out in the woods. But I don't see where the hearing thing came in with an answer for that. You know, but they did put him in the dream for me. Okay, you know what? Maybe that's probably, well, we'll put him in your dream for you. That's a yes. When's the last time we put him in a dream? I don't even know if you ever have, to tell you the truth. I don't know. So, I can't say for sure. But they gave me the answer that I didn't even ask. Although I was already questioning, like, you know, I could ask Spirit, gosh, I wonder if this is okay to do, to kill these animals, you know, like this. But I was like, I'm not going to waste a chance to go to bed at night and get an answer. Because, you know, sometimes I'll take a nap during the day and hope for an answer to stuff. Because that's how I get my information. I have all these questions. I want to know stuff. But, oh, you got to wait a day to get your one question in. And we may not even give you an answer anyways, you know. So I don't want to waste it on that thing. The coyotes and the pigs. But they told me in 2 separate dreams, here's 2 pieces of information you need to know. Yeah, we appreciate you feeling some compassion for the animals and stuff, and you're wondering, but you got to do what you got to do. These are a problem, and this is how you deal with it. Well, okay. And by the way, you didn't ask about this, but you did see the Kerry Lake thing yesterday, didn't you? Yeah. And that thing was going on for at least a couple hours. Yeah. And you just happened to go sit at the computer at that exact moment, not even searching for it, uploading one of my other videos yesterday for Rumble, and I see live right on the front page, Trump in Arizona. Oh, let me click that, open it, move the tab over so I can upload my video, put the title in while I'm watching this for a few minutes. He calls her up almost right away as I tune in, and she starts talking just for a little bit and then mentions, I think he could, you know, I think President Trump is going to be coming back, you know, a whole lot sooner than we think. Everybody's cheering, ah. And I thought, okay. Interesting comment from her. To just say something, why would she say that? He can't come back early. He can't. He has to wait till 2024. Right? So, I didn't ask. I didn't go to bed last night even thinking about that, to tell you the truth. I was thinking about my friend Sean's ears. Spirit, can you show me? Will this machine help my friend Sean? Matter of fact, doesn't matter. We're going to try it anyway. I already called him. We're going to try and do it anyway to see what happens. Because he's like, oh, well, shit, he goes, I can't train right now because I hurt, something's hurting and I got to wait for it to heal up. I go, man, you want to come over today or tomorrow? And I'll work on you. I go, and the side effect might be your ear getting fixed up, you know? So I was just focusing on that when I went to bed last night. And then I get this big thing. We're at the lunchroom, we're at the school, and then we're outside the school, and here comes Trump. He's spending time with me personally. Whoa, this guy's all right. He doesn't even know me. And he's hinting, Mr. President, do the J thing. So I'm just going to say that this would be absolutely insane. And I don't expect this, but this would be effing insane. I've never spoken to Trump. And by the way, at least I don't think anyways, I don't plan on going to any rallies, even in Florida. I mean, even if one was right down the street, like, I support him, I'm here for him, but I don't need to go show up. Like, I'm good. I love the man, but I don't even think I would go. You know, I just got too much stuff going on in my life right now. I wouldn't go. Therefore, what I'm saying is, God help us all if he accidentally throws up a J symbol in one of his freaking speeches in the near future. Like he meant to do this and just does a J instead. Like Spirit got in, just make a mess up real quick. Which would be the ultimate sign for all of us that, oh my God, he did a sign that I asked him to do in a dream that doesn't even exist. He's never done it. And it means someone's coming back early, and again, in the dream. And then in real life, he actually does a J symbol. Like, could you imagine if this happens? Spirit, if you really want to wake some people up who are really having a hard time believing in this stuff, you know, the woo-woo, they could do that. And it would be incredible to see that happen based on a dream I had where I gave him the specific J for my name, Joe, or JSnip4. And then he does it in real life later. Like, oh my God, can you? I'm just thinking out loud. That would be effing nuts. I don't expect that to happen. I think the information was simply what Carrie Lake may have said, you know. So be on standby. So on that note, take care, and I'll put this on Rumble and YouTube just to have a copy of both places, just in case. Holy smack! Well, matter of fact, just in case somehow he comes back early, which would, I don't even know how that would happen, but what if the J thing gets thrown up? You know, again, it would be impossible for him to come back. Like, I just want to put that out, you know, for the record, and to not have any misinformation on this channel, because we don't like misinformation here. For the record, it is impossible for Donald Trump to come back early or come back in any way, shape, or form, unless he runs in 2024.